What's happening, guys? It's Nagpal for iGyaan, and today we're going to be checking out the new Mitashi Game Bolt or the Thunderbolt. Now, this is essentially an Android-based gaming console or a portable gaming console. It's kind of designed like the PlayStation if you look at it from the box, but it's a fairly cheap device. It costs only 6,799 as MRP, and you can get it for around 5,500 rupees on various online stores we checked, and it comes with Android 4 Wi-Fi. It also has a camera inbuilt. So without further ado, I'm not going to look at the box a lot. It's a basic box, not a very exceptional box, but let's quickly unbox it, and then I'll give you a rundown of the specifications and show you what all is inside the box. So that's it. Everything pulls out very simply, and you get a game-in booklet. So it is a warranty card, this one, and I'm guessing this is a user manual, and which is correct. So this is a user manual. You can see the game-in bolt. It's a fairly slim profile device. Feels really nice. You do have tapered sort of grip areas for holding the device. And you do have a camera on the back as well, so which is good. So you do have a camera to click pictures, and you do have a front-facing camera as well, which is fantastic. So you do have dual cameras, and the device looks pretty nice. Something appears to be hidden off over here. I don't know what it means, but it appears that the name has been scratched off. So this is a 4 GB version, as you can see over here. Fairly cheap Android device. We'll look at it in just a minute. Let's talk about the rest of the things inside the box. You do have a USB to micro USB cable. USB to micro USB cable. You also have standard headphones or a hands-free jack. They do not come with a microphone online, I believe, but there are a couple of cuts on there, so I don't know if it is a microphone or not. And the last thing you get is a standard USB wall charger. So let's take a look at the device itself. You have a 4-way D-pad on the left, and you have PlayStation sort of controls on the right. So you do have the PlayStation icons in there as well. So the 4 PlayStation icons, the triangle, the square, the cross, and the circle. You do have a back button and a menu button, which appears to be here. And you also have a PlayStation sort of joystick on the left over here, which is seems to be really nice. You have the Game-In and the Bolt logo in the front, and you do have transparent controllers just like the PlayStation. On the top you have the power lock and unlock button, I believe, and you have a SD card slot, a micro USB slot, 3.5mm headphone jack, and you do have a select and a start button, which is also on the device. On the back you do have what appears to be a camera. That's about it. Nothing on the bottom, nothing on the right, nothing on the left. So let's try and see if it has any battery in there and if we can power on this device. And it does power on. So let's talk a little bit about the device. You do have a 4.3-inch capacitive touchscreen display. It's fairly responsive. You can unlock from there. And this device does come with a 1 GHz processor. We're not too sure if it's a dual core or a single core processor, and you do have 512 megabyte of RAM. So it's intended for basic gaming. I don't think we'll be able to do asphalt sort of gaming on this. But the hardware buttons are pretty easy to use. You do have a camera as well. You can see I just opt a camera. Funnily enough, I can't use any of the buttons to click a picture, which is sort of disappointing. I do get a menu button over there. So let's take a look at some of the things that are pre-installed. You do have Fruit Ninja. You have a GBA emulator, which is fantastic. So you get Game Boy games. I'm sure you can download them easily. And we do have LinkedIn, Kingsoft Office, etc., Messenger, MSN Messenger. You have MSN Talk. You have an NES emulator and an N64 emulator. You get Plants vs. Zombies pre-installed, which is great. So lots of games pre-installed for people who like to play games. The resolution on the screen doesn't appear to be really fantastic. Let's just quickly play a game. What I want to see is if there is a game that can actually use the controls on board. So you do have an NES emulator and it's scanning for some games. So I have a bunch of games over here and I can navigate through them. So hopefully I can find something that I like playing. Maybe Donkey Kong. You do have Donkey Kong. Let me see if there's Mario. So you do get Mario out of the box, which is fantastic. Now this is going to be my favorite gaming device. So it's a lot of fun to play games on this. It's really fantastic. The control system seems to be nice. I don't know if I can use it in, say, this racing game which they've included, but the fact that the controls work right out of the box is fantastic, and you don't have a lot of issues with the device. It's really nice to hold in the hand, and you have a really nice form factor. It just does not seem to be a high-end gaming device, so it can be excellent for kids who want an Android-based gaming device. You get Angry Birds and all those things out of the box, but you don't get phone connectivity. So if you want to give this to your kid or your brother or your little brother, this might turn out to be a nice gift for those who would like it. It's a basic gaming device. You won't find a lot of things in it, but it's sort of a replacement to PlayStation, and you get a lot of free games. You can download games on the go. It's a very slow sort of game over here. So let's take a look at what the graphics are like on this one. So this is controlled via an accelerometer and not via the controls on board. But you can, I think, you can't use it. Otherwise, you'll have to use the orientation sensor to control this game, which is kind of sad if you ask us. And there is no real way to jump back into the home screen. I don't see any button to let me come back to the main screen, so that's kind of sad. And there is no multitasking in here as well. So I don't know, maybe I don't know what the button is, but you don't get all those things. So basic sort of emulators, you do have a PlayStation emulator, NES emulator, super user, so it is rooted. You do get a rooted device, so you can install several games. It seems like a nice sort of gift device, not a hardcore gaming device. It would have been an excellent device if they came out with really impressive, like a quad-core chipset and a nice GPU. You do get a camera, which is also sort of nice. You can convert it to a front-facing camera or a rear-facing camera. Both of them seem to be just basic cameras. Don't expect anything nice or great from it. So basic photography needs can be met with this. Just seems to be a plain old camera. Now, just there is no home button, which is very disappointing, because for those who would like to go back to the home screen just by tapping on a button, they can't get that. You can have live wallpapers, which seems to be a boon on this device, unfortunately. So let me just pop this open. Over here you can see we get a live wallpaper. You do get multiple screens. I don't know if I can pinch out, but you do get multiple screens. Let me see if I can drop in a widget over here. So if I want to drop in a widget, I'll get an idea of how many screens we have over here. We have about 5 home screens, it appears. Yeah, so we do have about 5 home screens. And that's about it. So we'll be back with a full review, guys. If you have any questions, queries, do drop them in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys next time. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. youtube.com/iGyaan. youtube.com/iGyaanTV.